the E-2 visa is a non-immigrant visa for investors from treaty countries. So let's start with that last part. What does treaty countries mean?
So United States has different treaties with about 82 countries, and this is for E-2 purposes. If you're a national of any of these countries, you can apply for the E-2. Obviously, if you're not a national of any of the treaty countries, E-2 is not available for you.
Okay, and what's a typical profile of someone getting this visa?
So there are a few profiles. The typical profile is usually, so we have people who have already companies or businesses in their home country, and they want to expand their business into the United States. They're from a treaty country, they're planning to invest substantial amount of money, and the E-2 just makes sense for them. It also allows their spouse to work, so that's an added benefit. So that's one profile. Then we have entrepreneurs who want to come to the United States, start a business, perhaps invest substantial amount of money, or have VC funding investing in their company, and they're from a treaty country. So that's the second profile. And then we have people who never run a business in their life, but they want to come to the United States, start a business. In those cases, either they buy a business in the already existing business in the United States, or a franchise. So that's also very popular. And then we have others who, for example, or the employees of these companies, E-2 companies.
Okay, great. So it's not just for the investor, but once that's there, you can bring employees as well.
Correct. So if you establish your E-2 company in the United States, you can bring your E-2 employees from your home country, basically. We call them essential employee because they either know something or they've developed something for your company that is essential to your business, so you want to bring them here in the United States.
Okay. Without going too much into the details, like what are the general eligibility criteria, things to consider?
General eligibility, as I said, you have to be a national of a treaty country. And here I can go into a little bit of what does that mean. So sometimes you have, people have they're dual national. So you have, two passports, two nationalities. So maybe one is not a treaty, but the other one is. So we can use the second one to basically to establish that E-2. Then in addition to that, you will need a substantial investment. The golden rule is $100,000. It's not in the regulations. It's not written anywhere that it has to be $100,000. But most of the consulates are used to that number. Obviously, we look at the type of business, how large, how small that business is going to be, and then we determine whether this $100,000 is going to be enough. But there's no specific number anywhere written in the regulations. And then obviously you have to show that perhaps you have some experience running a business, or if you don't, usually the more successful cases is where you actually either you buy a franchise because they teach you how to run that business. And yeah, those are, the source of funds. So we also have to show how did you make your money? Where did you get this $100,000 from, and whether that was a legitimate source.
Okay, excellent. So this is a high-level overview. Let's go into the details.